Hi, I'm James Taylor. This is my personal teaching philosophy for Grand Canyon University as a teacher candidate. One of the greatest things I've learned through my student teaching experience that I plan to take with me into my professional education is that education is about the student. We have core standards, we have district objectives, we have school objectives, we have personal classroom objectives, we have IEP goals, we have all these things that need to be done, but ultimately it's for the child. When I first started in education, I was more worried about how do I get through material? How do I get through this lesson plan? Oh, this unit is taking a week longer than I anticipated. And as I've been in the classroom more, I've realized that it's not necessarily about the time that I spend on something, it's the quality of education that the student gets. And that has become really important to me and my philosophies. Now here in Utah, a lot of our schools are technology driven. I have multiple classrooms that I work with where they pretty much work straight on a computer. And this has become important that I learn about the other platforms available rather than just saying, all right, open your Chromebook, log on to Canvas and do this or do XYZ. To be able to engage them, to have something different and rotating centers that aren't always technology based, but always tie back into what they are learning through the technology. This has actually led me to improve my technological skills, which at the beginning of my program were severely lacking and consisted of basically opening my email, checking social media, and reading news articles on the internet. And so learning how to format a website, learning how to create games and worksheets and things that students really want to be a part of and create. And using the technology given to us, my school has smart boards in every classroom. And so learning which programs actually work with the smart board and finding out what students like, talking to students and helping them and figuring out what is going to motivate them to learn has been really helpful for me. And one of the other things that my student teaching has taught me is when I was first starting out, I had a hard time organizing my Christian worldview into my teaching philosophies, especially being in Utah, where we're hounded about separation of church and state. And I realized that the Grand Canyon philosophy of leading and serving and learning really applies in a classroom, because I need to lead. The Savior led his people and taught them. He was learning from his sources and spreading his word to everyone that was listening to him. And that's important in education as well, because I need to stay on top of what is current and not just stay in everything that I do year after year and make sure everything is fresh and ready for the new students. And learning along with them. Not everything is always going to become easy for me, even as an educator. And that's valuable, especially in my field where I'm working with students with disabilities, to know and understand that they're going to struggle as well. And lastly, just having that empathy, that love, that Christ-like love and charity that the Savior had for all of us, I need to be really aware of and apply that to my students and in my classroom, because if I don't have that charity for them, that Christ-like love, I am going to struggle to connect with them, especially if we have students who are difficult to work with.